Today, we've got a bit of news regarding community servers for the console edition of Rust. And folks, the future is looking as bright as a high school dropout's career prospects. Like every video, I'm not going to waste your time and I'm just going to jump into the topic at hand. So when it comes to community servers, D11 has launched 2x servers on the staging branch for the console edition of Rust. If you follow my channel, you know that 2x servers do exist. Unfortunately, it seems like these servers are existing but not thriving. So I've talked to people with PS5s, PS4s, Xbox Ones, Xbox Series S's and X's, and pretty much everything in between, including the Xbox 360, and that moron still thinks it can run Rust. I have no idea why. Anyways, basically the real story here is that it's lagging for everybody. It seems like with these additional resources, the server just can't handle it. And this does sort of mirror my own experience, because when I play on my monthly server, pretty much 2 weeks into the wipe, I start getting a little bit of lag. And at this point in the wipe, we're about like a couple days away from finishing it, the game's almost unplayable because I'll hit these lag points where the game just sort of stutters, stops, it crashes, things just don't work right. I've literally lost a couple AKs and MP5s to crashes in the last couple days, and I'm playing on an Xbox Series S, mind you. So basically, it's not looking good for 2x servers because that lag point is getting hit much sooner. And it seems like this is only going to get worse if you're looking at a 3x, 4x, 10x, or 69x server. At this point, you're probably wondering, why do I care about a 69x server? Well, you should always care about 69. But the reality of it is, any server that has an amplified amount of resource gathering is going to face lag issues sooner. One of the key aspects that people want from community servers is servers that they can jump into quickly and get to an endgame state faster than they could on official servers. This means that resources need to be boosted, they need to be gathered faster, which means people who want to know life, it can build bigger bases, get stuff faster, get more guns, get more junk, get more stuff, and when they get all that, it's going to cause the server to lag faster. So while you might be hitting the endgame a couple days in if you're a casual player, that hardcore player is going to hit endgame 1 day in. When they hit endgame 1 day in, they're going to start gathering stuff, and then the lag's going to come just like it would on a weekly or monthly server. The only difference being that lag is going to come faster as far as the real world time frame goes, not the resource gathering in Rust time frame goes. So I still think there is some viability there where you could jump into a server for a weekend, get to endgame. You probably won't experience lag until after that weekend's over, and that's great for you, the player. Unfortunately for the community server owner, that means that after 2 or 3 or 4 days of playing on their server is pretty much going to die out. And if you're paying cold hard cash for a server, the last thing you want to be doing is paying for a server that has a usability rate that is a couple days when you're paying for 30. It just doesn't make sense from a money in your pocket standpoint, and I think that's one of the things that D11's worried about. If they drop these servers and stuff like that starts happening, people aren't going to keep renewing the servers. There are some positive takeaways that we can make from all this news. The first most positive thing is that 2x servers are being tested. I realize this whole 2x server launch has been as messy as a teenager's first time at a glory hole, but it's a start towards being a viable thing that we could do. I'm talking about servers, by the way. Anyways, what we've got here is we've got 2x servers being tested, and that is actually a good thing. It opens the door to 4x, 6x, or whatever x servers that you want. In addition to this, there are simple solutions. It seems like the issue here is server lag, which means if everybody was willing to just pay a little bit more money, we could actually get community servers. The problem is D11 obviously doesn't think that that price point is viable for enough people to make community servers a success, so they're still going to hold back. In addition to this, just because 2x or whatever x servers don't work doesn't mean that community servers couldn't work. Some people want things like primitive servers, or they want servers with no combat, or they want roleplay servers, or servers that they can just play on with their friends. All of those things are still completely viable as long as you don't have a resource multiplier added to them. What I'm trying to say here is there is still a lot of possibilities for community servers that are working right now. Build servers, PvP servers, they do lag a little bit, but because the maps are shrunk, things run a little bit better, and those could work out. Private servers could definitely work out. Roleplay servers, those could definitely work out. Primitive servers, that's probably going to run even better than official servers because you don't have guns going bing, bang, boom. No, you've just got people throwing spears at each other like some sort of primitive caveman. Like it really could work out. There's really a lot of opportunities for community servers to still thrive, even if 2x, 3x, or whatever x servers don't exist. There is a really big use case for servers that do give you resources faster, but if D11 can't fulfill that use case, I think they need to bite the bullet and just release the servers. Or they could just release servers that cost a little bit more to run. Some people would be willing to pay more for a 2x server. Some would be willing to pay more for a 4x server. Give the people the option, tell them this isn't what you want to do, and just release the servers. Because right now, if I look at the community, I see that it is slowly shrinking. And if you look at games like Halo, you look at Call of Duty Vanguard, you look at Battlefield 20, whatever the fuck, it all went horrible because they didn't move it fast enough. And D11 is facing that same sort of pressure, but they're not recognizing it, in my opinion. They're doing a lot of things right by releasing monuments and things like that, but I think at this point, community servers are a huge pain point, and they need to just rip off the Band-Aid and drop what they've got. So yeah. That's what I've got to say for today. Hopefully you guys agree with me, but if you disagree, feel free to comment down below. And if you do agree, make sure you hit the subscribe button, because if enough of you enjoy this content, enough of you hit that button, and enough of you like my videos, watch to the end and comment, it could actually change my life. And if that's not enough of a motivator, I've got one more for you. By hitting the subscribe button, what you're doing is you're telling other content creators that short form content that is exactly the length it needs to be and is not stretched out to 8 minutes, is the type of content that you want to watch. Thank you for watching, and until next time, peace.